Hi everyone, I am Paula Ekene. I'm a public health professional and I make videos to help you get your health and the health of everyone around you right on track. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why people may attempt suicide. 5 reasons why people may attempt suicide. As usual, these 5 reasons are not exhaustive, but we'll be talking about some of them, and within the confines of today's talk, we're going to be discussing 5 of them. When we talk about suicide and people hear, oh, someone took their lives, most of us, we become judgmental about it. He was poor in decision making. How could he have taken his life? How could she have killed herself? She is selfish. She could not solve her problems. She is wicked. She couldn't think about the people she left behind. But the truth is, sometimes people who take their lives actually did not want to. They probably just wanted to run out of a hopeless situation or a situation that they felt trapped in. Most of the time, people who want to attempt suicide or commit suicide actually think it through. They don't just do it. It is when there's a feeling of being trapped or being hopeless that they start executing, mobilizing to take their lives. It's important for us to know that suicide can affect anyone of any age, any gender, any race, any background, and at any time. So it is not something that is secluded for a particular set of people or that can never come around or affect anybody. Statistics actually show that a great proportion of the global population has thought about suicide at one point or the other in their lives. So it is not something that is far-fetched. It's something that is real and we need to talk about it. Talking about it, awareness breaks stigma. So let's go to the MOFs. M is for money problems, A is for addiction or different kinds of substance abuse. The second A is for abuse. That's a topic on its own. L is for loneliness and F stands for failure. Okay, so on to money problems. A person who has issues with money might develop a state of poor mental health, and a person who is having a struggle with their mental health might find it difficult handling money, managing money, or even earning money. And so it's a vicious cycle. So addiction is another reason why people may contemplate suicide. The reasons are they actually have to do with guilt. I'm abusing a substance. This is not the right thing to do. The withdrawal symptoms that might come when you stop or want to stop, can predispose you, can make you want to feel your life is not worth living, or you have wasted your life or something of that sort. Also, the stigma around addiction, especially if people are aware that you are addicted to a substance, can actually cause people to contemplate suicide. So next is abuse. Now, different forms of abuse can actually predispose one to suicide. Recall in our last lecture, we talked about recognizing suicidal behavior and we talked about reminiscing or thinking about past trauma such as rape, which is a form of sexual abuse. So it can actually improve the chances or increase the chances that someone might want to take their lives. Now, survivors of abuse are actually prone to suicide. They could be exposed or they could be predisposed to suicide. Most times survivors have this feeling of guilt, especially for people who feel, of course, with counseling, this could change or this should change, feel that they brought the abuse upon themselves. This is a huge misconception. In some cases, the survivors actually think that they brought the abuse upon themselves. For example, in instances where someone was raped and, the survivor blame or victim blaming thing happens, it was because of what you wore and all that. And, people just feel that they brought it upon themselves and it can predispose them to suicide. Also, other forms of abuse like domestic abuse, physical abuse at home, sexual exploitation, trafficking and all that, they impact negatively on one's mental health and might make the person want to take their life. So that's for abuse. F is next, and it stands for failure. Sometimes we take up projects, personal projects, community projects, different projects, and at a point it hits the rocks and we feel, oh, we have failed. Most of the time it is the ability to pick oneself up again that keeps you going. For some people, everyone's level of strength, everyone's level of resilience is not the same. For some people, that is a reason why life shouldn't go on. But for some people, they just pick up their pieces and go. I think it just lies on the fact that, nudging yourself and, pushing yourself to be the best you can be, picking yourself up from wherever it is that you failed. And most times it is darkest before dawn. So, looking out and holding up and knowing that this will not last forever. It is important to look out for these sort of signs. And please, in case you missed it, click on the button and watch our video on recognizing suicidal behavior. Please watch it and then come back to this video. Thank you. You should not ignore the place of talking to a health professional, talking to friends, and talking to people that we know can actually help us. And I think that way we'll be able to come out of whatever feeling of hopelessness that we have that might push us towards contemplating suicide. Suicide is never the answer. It's just a feeling of hopelessness that is transient and will go away. You'll definitely find a way forward. You'll definitely find a way out of it. Keep holding up and keep being positive, and you will look back and be glad you did. Until next time, thank you, people. Remember to like my video and subscribe and turn on your notification button so that you get to know when a new video is released. Thank you, people. Remember to stay positive. Do not give up. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Bye.